And we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special Saturday edition of the Hot Seat. Guys, I'm excited for you to be here. I'm excited for our guests tonight. Well, it's afternoon for me in California. We're starting a little bit earlier. But, most of the part of the country, it's tonight. So I appreciate you guys all being here. We have Russ Jones from Smoky Ribs BBQ. And
what's up, guys?
How you doing, brother? So
doing great.
I know if you guys have been on the Hot Seat channel watching for a long time, you know that Russ has been on with Hobo way back in the day. But that's good for Hobo, but not good for me. I've been following Russ for a long time now, and I wanted to reach out and chat with them. So what I want, I get it. It's my channel, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. So Russ is on. He's agreed to join us tonight. I see Kent like rolling his eyes like they're gonna fly out of his head pretty soon. Where's the cowboy hat? Yeah, I sweated the crap out of that one. What? Yes, kid. I get one. All right.
You get one. You get
all
one.
Right. So, wow, look at that. You see that? You see what I put up with every week? Sometimes twice a week now?
And you know what? You, sir, are welcome.
All right, cheers. All right, why don't you say hi to the people, Dutch?
Hey, everybody, welcome. I'm excited to be on with Russ tonight. Been watching him probably the longest out of everybody I've ever interviewed. So, Russ, thank you very much. I can remember when you were back in Illinois at one time.
Wow, really?
So yes, sir.
That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Yep. And I was like, what's this guy with this, all this Louisiana, Southern stuff? And what the hell's he doing in Illinois? I thought you were a fish out of water at the time.
Yeah, I was. That was actually pre-YouTube for me. That was Hurricane Katrina. That's when I was displaced up there. That was 2005. That's when I was in Illinois. So I'm not quite sure how you knew me then, but at any rate, I was, in fact, in Illinois, Belleville, Illinois, to be exact.
Yep. I watched for a long time before I ever had a channel.
Okay.
So that's how. So welcome, Ross. It's going to be exciting, fun. Been looking forward to it all day. If anybody in the chat has any questions, put them at Daddy Dutch Barbecue. I will try my best not to screw up your question and ask Russ. Let's see. It is May 30, so Super Shot should be. Oh, what do you think, CJ?
Well, I don't have to work, and all I got to do after
this is to work any day.
I work hard, all right? And all I have to do after this is grill up some live lobsters, so I can do that halfway shitty. So you want to do like a $17, $18 one, $18 shots. Bring it out.
Hey, you need to put Booger's comment up on the screen, please. It says pen flip.
I see it.
Quit doing my job.
All right, Miss Booger is very territorial, just like you are. All right, guys, before we get to Russ, let's say hi to people in the chat. Obviously, Miss Booger's in there. Rick's Barbecue and Specialties, Delano and Wally, Steven and Jacqueline, how you guys doing? Alton the Dawgfatha Barbecue, Anderson Smoke Show, what's going on, brother? Miss Boogs, obviously said her already. Suburban Barbecue, Tom's Food Factory, Javen Postal's in the chat. What's up, Javen? How you doing, buddy? Fire Water Cooking, Dan from SmokeyGoodness. What's going on, guys? Jet D, Canadian Jim, True Innovative Beginnings. Hello from Arizona. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. I said Stephen and Jacqueline, In Your Mouth Barbecue's in there. We got 25 in the seats. Guys, this is a different day. Oh, shit. Tom just put the double super shot in there. All right, when Kent gets back, we'll do the double. Make sure you guys share this on all your social media if you don't mind. We'll get some butts in the seats today. We're going to have a good time. Got tons of knowledge coming from Russ, and y'all want to be around for this. Dutch, are you there? Are you ready to sit down real quick?
I'm here. I'm tending. I'm throwing them ribs on the.
All right. Well, we got shots, so take a shot.
Wow. Hell, family supper can wait then. Now can it?
The supper can wait. All right. Second one. Cheers, guys.
Who did that? Tom's Food Factory?
Tom's Food Factory. Y'all check them out.
Thanks, Tom. My wife hates you right now.
I dig that you didn't bring a shot glass with you.
And I was home today. I could have grabbed it.
Just taking it to the head. All right, guys. Russ, I know it takes us a lot to get to you, but I appreciate you hanging through all that.
Oh, man, no problem.
Thank you for being here today. Like I said, I've been watching you a long time. I love what you do out there. One of these goals in my mind, you know, I try to make it. I want to go across the country and cook with everybody, and you're definitely on the list. I'd love to get down there and cook with you.
Oh, man, you're welcome anytime. Anytime.
You look like you just have a good time with your cooking while you're filming. And
I do.
Love that about you. I love the fact that you got a tribal on your arm, just like I do. There it is.
I got a little bit of everything on there. There's more of the tribal there. That turns into a Stratocaster guitar. And,
right on.
Well, I need to shave my arms. I would show you Ozzy Osbourne, but he's a little hairy right now.
That's all right. That's all right. I have a bunch on my back, and Mr. CJ's like, "Oh, you know, this guy's growing some hair. Let's take care of that one." So, let's. You ready to get started with these hard hitting questions, man? We're gonna
man. I'm ready.
All right. So, for those that don't know, where are you from? Where you live? Where you reside? All that good stuff.
Well, I'm originally born in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and I currently live in Biloxi, Mississippi. I've been living here now for 6 years. And after Hurricane Katrina, I never went back to Pascagoula. And that and the whole town, it's like a Navy town because we had the big shipyard there where I work. And needless to say, when you get a lot of that, you know, Navy type, nothing against the Navy or whatever, but the cities they turn kind of bad, you know. So I kind of moved out of that area, and I like Biloxi because it's just everything's real convenient. You got the beaches here. It's more of a tourist thing with the casinos and everything like that. So I've been placed here pretty much ever since Katrina.
Oh, okay. Right on. All right. So wife, kids, dog, cat, all that good stuff? Yeah,
I'm not going to say how many times I've been married, but I've been remarried this last time for 6 years, and we've got a dog and we got cats.
Right on.
Hey, Russ, I'm not gonna put out a number out there, but that number right there is my number.
3. Shit.
I hear you.
Man. Yeah, some of us I think all of us have had practice wives before we met our one and only. So, got a couple more people in the chat. Big Cat 305, what's up, Mike? How you doing? West Coast Cajun Cooking, Levin, how you doing, buddy? Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. All right, what we were just talking that you had tonight off. What is your real gig besides YouTube creator extraordinaire?
I work for Huntington Ingalls in Pascagoula, Mississippi. It's a naval shipyard. That's where they build the DDG class ships, the LPDs, the LHAs. We also do the ever since 2000 the towers in New York. Ever since then, they've been building the big Coast Guard cutters for the Coast Guard as well. And it's just a big naval shipyard. And I've been there quite a few years. I've actually been back and forth, but overall about 41 years, I think. And pipe welder by trade, but I've been into management for the last 8 years. And I run a pipe welding crew on second shift in the pipe shop, the fabrication shop. Wow. And I like that. That's the best position I've had out there since, you know.
Right on. How do you juggle, you know, the full-time gig? You know, you put out quality content. You're doing it consistently. How are you juggling both of that? Both kind of, you know, you have a huge YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, it's not easy. And currently, especially with this pandemic thing going on, they had what they call liberal leave, and they had a lot of employees choosing not to come in for the last 3 months, which has forced us into major overtime for the ones that were there. And we were working overtime actually prior to that, but just they bring in new heads in the shop from other places in the yard or whatever, trying to get this stuff done and get it out there to the ships where it has to be installed. And so I've been working tons of overtime first off, and nights all through the week and Saturday. I'll swap out with another foreman to where, hey, if it's up to them, I'll be there 7 days a week and there would be no videos. But I've worked out an agreement with another foreman that works with me in the pipe shop that, hey, let me work Saturdays, you come in Sundays. That way I have Sunday to shoot. And I've got 1 day a week to shoot videos right now currently.
Wow, man.
And so it's really like working 7 days a week. This YouTube, between shooting a video, which can be exhausting in itself, and then I normally go straight into editing. Just as soon as I break down everything, I come in here, I put everything in my editing program, and I go straight into editing, try to get it the next day. Boom, I'm done for that week. Then you got next week. I can never get ahead. I wish I could.
I never can either.
Yeah.
And I try to do the same thing. I try to edit at least the same day, or maybe by the next day, because your shots are fresh in your head, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is how I put it together. So what I want. So I'm with you on that. Obviously, it's more you need to do it, so you don't have much time. But a lot of people that watch YouTubers don't know that there's so much more involved with it.
Oh, it's a lot of work.
Dish, right? And
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. And, even just going down to like the cleaning part, because I don't make my wife clean up after me. I do the dishes. This is my gig. This is what I want to do with it. Why is that a pin flip?
I was practicing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You just getting bored over there? You want me to read something out of the comments real quick so you can get pissed off?
No, I'm waiting for the peanut gallery to put something in the chat about who does the dishes. So.
Dude, her mom's freaking over here right now. So we're trying to practice social distancing with the family, but they're all sitting on top of each other. So
okay, I want to interject one quick thing here. Come on, people, we got Mr. Russ Jones on here, and the only thing I have is 3 questions from the Dawgfatha. Get off your ass and put something in the chat.
Yeah, come on, guys, and make sure you guys are sharing this goodness right here. Todd from Greenhorn Beer, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Todd?
Right on. All right, so I think you kind of gave away the answer already with your showing off your tattoo, but Mega Fred's lifetime question: what kind of music do you like? Have you played any instruments, any kind of bands, anything like that?
I've got an older brother that, boy, he was really good at guitar. He was good at banjo. He was good at the fiddle. He could get on a set of drums. He had all this musical talent. And so I attempted to pick up the guitar when I was a teenager, like 15, 16. And I was working for my dad, and I ended up buying a Stratocaster from the 70s, the original Fender before Fender sold out. And my brother worked with me and taught me a lot of things. So I learned how to play a little bit, but it was short-lived. I've always liked surfing and scuba diving and things like that more. So I ended up selling all that and buying a bunch of scuba gear and things that I really loved, things that was a part of me, But as far as music, I really love music from that era, the 70s. Some 80s, I like the hair bands. Really, it goes all the way back to the Beatles, even my earliest memories, because I had 2 older brothers and I was raised on the Beatles and Elvis and music like that. And then I come of age in the early 70s, all through the 70s. So all your hair bands, just pretty much any classic rock from that era, that's what I prefer, over anything. But I listen to today's music, country. I listen to some country, just depends.
Right on. I just noticed, I just got a pop-up Leprechauns live right now with Shane. And what's going on, man? Is that Chad? Dutch got someone busy. All right, so Lep and Shane, sorry we have the schedule at the same time, but I think you understand. All right, so Smoky Ribs BBQ. How did that name come about? Where's it all come from? All that good stuff.
I'll be honest with you, man. If I had to do it over again, I would not have named it something like Smoky Ribs. I mean, that's more of a thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just sit there and played around with names. I was trying to find something nobody else had. I was brand new at this YouTube thing, and that's what I started with. And before I knew it, I had gained all this momentum and subscribers. And I'm like, man, I could think of 1,000 names now that is so much better than that. But I was too far along to really change it, you know?
Right.
So it's just all this time. I left it the same, and everybody kind of relates it to me, you know, the content I do. And I'm not going to change it. Not about to, but I'm not crazy over it, you know?
Yeah, no, you're well known for that. And it's just, it's amazing. Like I said, I've been following you for a while, and I noticed your sub count was almost to 200,000. Was that ever a goal for you to hit a certain level or anything like that, or you just been having fun?
My goal was 100,000, which I did a couple of years ago,
right?
And that's, you know, if I achieved that, to me, I had done something.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm about to double that in about half the time it took me to get to that. So I feel good about it, you know.
Right on.
And I don't worry about subscribers too much anymore, because this has turned into an extra income. It didn't start that way. I was 6 months into it before I even know you could make money off of YouTube. I kept reading about monetization and things like that. Like, what are they talking about? So I got to dive in. I was like, oh, you can get paid to do this, you know? So that's when I monetized, become a YouTube partner. And back in them days, you didn't have to have a minimum. You know, you could start earning money right away. Now, they did have a $100 threshold, which I think they still do. Yeah. But at any rate, you know, once I got to rolling with it, whatever, that 100,000 play button, all that just become like, man, you know, that's what I want. And I got that. And so whatever happens from here on, it don't matter. But I don't watch the subscriber count as much as I do the views, because I've watched big channels. You know, actually, I seen one today that kind of surprised me. They're like 3 million subscribers, and their views on this video was like not much more than what I've been getting. I'm like, holy crap, you know, I mean, and it happens, you know, the algorithm picks you up, you're rolling with it one day, then all of a sudden you just start fading, you know, unless you reinvent yourself and keep it rolling somehow. And I've yet to figure that out. If I know the answer to that, you know, I'd be a millionaire, because I could just tell everybody or charge everybody for that information. But it's hard, man, trying to figure all that out, you know?
Well, I'm telling you, man, like, the more you get, the more you get. I've noticed that much, you know.
Yeah, it does. Like a snowball, you know?
Yeah, but if you're not putting out quality content, YouTube isn't going to feed anybody your shit. So
viewers are not stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't fool them, and they want good content, even though it's a different media from like television, where it's all professional with normally professional actors and stuff like that, or, you know, this is done at your home or whatever. But people, I think, have been so accustomed to seeing good content from growing up through TV and things like that, that they still expect it, even on the YouTube videos that are put out from your home. And, you know, I'm talking about good video, good lighting, good audio, things like that. That's all important. And even the editing, you know, the creativity and that goes into putting the video together has a big impact, you know.
I agree completely. But have you noticed, and me and Miss CJ noticed this the other day, right when all the COVID started and people started working from home, like we watched the news, the daily news, or, you know, Access Hollywood, whatever. All them shows that these people are starting to work from home have the same setup you and I have, and I think we do it better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I was actually listening to something like that. It was last night coming home from work, and it was a guy that has been in the movie and television industry for years. And, you know, those guys, there might not be a new season. You know, in the fall, the new series come out for sitcoms and TV shows and things. That might not happen this year because they haven't been working because of this COVID thing. And they're saying how Netflix, I'm not sure the changes they've made, but they're kind of jumping in there right now because of that. And they're doing some changes. And they're also talking about how YouTube creators, you know, you got all this great content out there across the world, and that how people are going to be filling that gap with that instead of watching reruns. Everybody's views are allowed to go up because of this. I mean, you know, maybe some good can come out of a bad thing is what I'm trying to say, you know.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
For some anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But we actually just recently got rid of the Dish DirecTV. And we signed up for YouTube TV. It was $50 a month or whatever it is. Get everything. It's and you know everybody's looking to cut a little bit of cost going on right now. I mean, thankfully my industry is going like gangbusters, and you're working like crazy too. But there's a lot of people out there looking for cheap entertainment, and God, I hope they pick me to watch for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
well, your odds definitely go up. All of ours do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about numbers, really. You know, the world is, I don't know what the world population is, but it's a lot, you know? So we'll get our little sliver of the pie anyway.
Yeah. And you talk about the subscribers versus views. You and I know views are more important because that's paying the bills. But if you talk to someone who's not involved with YouTube, all they want to know is how many people are subscribed to you, how many followers you got.
And you know, I get that, and it's like bragging rights. This many people have watched me and actually hit that subscribe button, you know. But I don't know if you look at your analytics from one week to the next, or actually I do it day to day.
I was gonna say every 5 minutes.
Out of all of your subscribers, I'm almost at 200,000. I've only got like 18% of my subscribers watching my videos.
Yep.
And you know, so what if you had 100%? Man, I'd be killing it right now. You know, unfortunately, most people that hit that subscribe button never look at another one of your videos, or maybe short-lived one or two, and they lose interest. And I'm guilty of that. Yeah. I'll find channels that like, man, that's pretty good. I'm gonna subscribe to that, and I have them in my feed. And I'm just waiting for the right video. Really, some of them just the title don't interest me, so I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. You know, they're like, ooh, I want to watch that. So I get that too. I get why they don't watch every video. You know, and but with that said, it's all about numbers again. When you take really big channels like Google's blowed up big time, Sam the Cooking Guy, these really big channels, if you can maintain that 18% viewership with that many subscribers, then naturally your views are going to follow. So your views do go up. So in that way, subscribers are important. You know, don't get me wrong on that, but I'd much rather have the views. You know,
I'm with you 100%. And my numbers are 18 or 19%. So I'm with you. It's interesting how that works out, you know. And one of the people in the chat, Alton, Dawgfatha Barbecue, has just blown up. He had a brisket video that just took off. You know, 200,000 views and for 500 subscribers a day. Like, you just, to me, you got to be a little lucky. You're putting out great content, but as soon as Susan over at YouTube decides to put your name in the hat, you're going to do some good things for sure.
And really, sometimes it's generated from outside of YouTube, like certain viral type websites will post a video, and that can also create it. You know, Troy with T-Roy Cooks, he had that how to lose, 10 pounds in 15 days video. And it sat there for like 3 years without, you know, just trudging along like his other videos. And all of a sudden, it broke out, went viral. 4 million views later, but he soared past me like a rocket, you know, and he's right there close to 300,000 subs now because of that one video. So you never know when that's going to happen, you know. So that's why we keep making content. We keep putting them out there. So, you know, one day something might pick it up, and there you go, you know.
I'm telling you, man, I feel that way. I'd say 75% of the time after I edit a video, I'm like, this is the one. This is the one that's taking me to the top. It's not, but I feel that way.
Usually the ones that do it is the least likely suspect. I mean, with Troy, you know, a cabbage soup video on how to lose weight, and he's a barbecue channel. Who would have thunk, you know, that's the one that really boosted his channel up big time, you know.
It's amazing.
But and it happens every day with channels, you know.
Yes, sir. All right,
love it.
Say that again.
You gotta love it when it happens. If it happens to you, you know.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna give you over to Dutch, but before we do, I want to say hi to some more people in the chat. Jeff Mass is in there. See Brian Long's Quest Skip, Mr. Bad Beast Barbecue, Daryl himself is in the chat. Barbecue Pit Dog, Soul Food Cooking. What's up, Robert? A recent 100,000 subscriber hitter. So great job, guys. Appreciate you being here. Man, that's just amazing. All right, guys, and don't forget, Dutch doesn't have to work tomorrow. He wants some shots, so make sure you guys are putting the super shots in there. It looks like he's sober. We need to make him not sober. All right, Dutch, are you ready to jump on? I've seen a few questions go by.
Yeah, I got a good list. One thing I want to address: True Innovative Beginnings. Put your question. Put it at Daddy Dutch Barbecue, please, so I can pick it out of the chat. I went back to find it, but I couldn't see it. Please put it back in there, and I'll get it asked to Russ. So, first one from Alton, the Dawgfatha, wants to know, Russ, how often do you still use your Lone Star Grill Santa Maria, and are you still in love with it?
Yeah, I haven't used it lately. That's just, I'll tell you the truth, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier, only having one day a week to do things. Right. And recently I've had some have-to videos through sponsorships, this, that, and the other. But no, I haven't used it in a video probably in 3-4 months. I'm not really sure, but I love that thing, man. It's a whole different way and technique of doing the same thing with same results, a different way, you know. But it's kind of a centerpiece for me also. But high quality product, as you know, you have one as well. But it's a challenge also to, like, one of the videos I did using the Santa Maria, doing spare ribs, bone side down, where the bones cooked it, the ribs almost all the way through. Then you flip it for color, more or less. That's something totally different, you know. So yeah, I do love it. I enjoy it, but everything takes its turn, you know.
Right. When you have the lineup of cookers, you know, you got to show each of them a little love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, you know, if you don't use them, they're going to wear out, just wasting away sitting there. So, all right.
I agree.
Alton kind of asked this question also, but so did Jabin from Postal Barbecue. So I'm going to ask Jabin's because Alton's got like 26 others. So we're going to kind of combine them a little bit here.
Okay.
With all the grills and cookers you have, what is your most memorable to cook on, or your favorite out of all of them?
That's pretty easy. I've been asked this quite a few times. The Lone Star Grill's offset. Now, it can be one of the more laborious grills or smokers to use, you know, as far as tending, but really it's not that bad. And overall, that's my favorite smoker. You know, oh, what is that? Y'all catch me?
It'll be gone here in a second. You hear a little static noise?
I thought I had a bee buzz in my head, man.
Mrs. Dutch is behind the camera, and she's trying to open up the wood to put another log on the fire.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the Lone Star Grill's offset, my favorite. It delivers the best tasting barbecue. To me, it's like the barbecue I was raised eating from the little local guys here off the streets, you know, with their wood-fired pits, and you just can't duplicate that flavor no other way. You can take charcoal wood combination, nothing wrong with that. I've done plenty of videos doing it. I still do it, but when you're burning all wood with a good clean smoke from start to finish, it's the best. You know, I believe that. That's my opinion.
Okay. To piggyback on that, part of Alton's question was, is there a smoker that's still on your wish list, Russ?
Well, let's see. I've got the offset. I've got drum smokers. I've got the insulated mini. That's a cabinet smoker. That's charcoal wood. And that last comment I made kind of answers why I don't use that as much as I do the offset, because I prefer the offset. But I don't know, man. Probably not. Now, I am awaiting, and this thing is about a year overdue, but Lone Star Grills is getting ready, and hopefully I'm the first one to introduce it, is the first Lone Star Grills pellet smoker.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's about a year overdue. It first came out this spring, actually last fall, and then it got moved to spring. And then with Weber's smoke fire failure, that it pretty much kind of stopped Kris in his tracks. He had to take a look at it, and that's what he's done. He's ensuring that this thing is ready to go before he ever releases it. And that's about all I'm going to say about it. But let me tell you, it's going to be loaded with bells and whistles. You know, I'm really looking forward to this. He's saying end of summer, early fall, so I'm really chomping at the bit to get that grill, that smoker.
Well,
I tell you what, going back to that Lone Star Santa Maria, I want one of those so bad. I cooked on Alton's at his house, and it was just magical to me.
It is, man. I love it. I love cooking on it. You know, it's just, unfortunately, I have to mix and match for videos and things like that. A lot of my stuff gets used off camera, you know what I'm saying, when I have time. And my wife uses a lot of it. It would amaze you. She'll text me. I'll be at work. She goes, oh, I just fired up the Santa Maria and we did this, or I just fired up the Weber or whatever, you know. And she's quite the pit master herself.
I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you get that new pellet, Russ, if you need to make room, I work in transportation. I can have a guy swing by and make a little room for you if you need be. So it just so happens,
y'all might have seen the video a couple of years ago. I had the camp shelf woodwind, and it's been sitting there in my garage, and I've been anticipating this smoker. So I said, I got to get rid of that. I'm out of room between a zero-turn lawnmower and all these cookers and all. I'm literally out of room. What I have to do is raise my garage door, pull the lawnmower up, then start rolling stuff out to get to the one in the back. You know, it's really a pain in the butt. But hey, at least they're protected, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, the camp shelf I actually gave to my youngest son. He goes, I want that. Don't get rid of that. I was going to sell it, you know. And I said, well, you better get it, and you better take it now and take it somewhere. And he did. He loaded it up with all the accessories. I said, get it out of here. I'm done with it, you know.
Yep.
Making room.
I do have a comment from Alton in the feed here. It says, tell Russ I just got shipment notification for the pellet grill from Kris, and he should have it next week.
Really?
Oh,
cool.
And then he put, just kidding.
Oh.
You know,
he knows how to. He knows how to get the blood. He knows how to get the blood boiling. Though it goes. I've been talking with Kris on this for the last year and a half.
All right, guys. Before the next question, Dutch, we've had a bunch of people jump in there. We got Robert Harris is in there. Eva from Spain. Chef Johnny's watching on Facebook right now.
Hey, Chef Johnny.
Big Roy Halberg's in there. Sweet Lou, Cooking with Kirby's in there. And my wife, Malise, is in the chat. Everybody say hi to Mrs. CJ.
Yeah, but look who she said.
She said hi to you. Yeah. Blah blah. She likes you more than me. And we owe a couple shots to Blevin and Bad Beast Barbecue. So cheers,
yes,
guys.
Blevin and Daryl.
What's up, Belvin?
So
I like Belvin's videos, man. He's the West Coast, does the West Coast Cajun cuisine. Man, he does really awesome stuff.
I like that he has the green screen behind him.
Yeah. Really good content.
all right. Speaking of Blevin, here you go, Russ. You saw your crawfish cream sauce that you put on bread.
Yeah.
I want to know, have you ever tried it on pasta or anything else?
Actually, I've done things similar to that as far as pasta, and that's why I mentioned it in the video that, you know, for pasta, you wouldn't want it as thick. You know, you might would, but I personally would have it a little bit more, not as thick, you know, for pasta or whatever, and let the pasta kind of thicken it up. But yeah, pasta would be great on that. But I've done a seafood pasta thing. I don't know if I use shrimp or crawfish or whatever, but basically the same thing, you know.
Right. All right. Let's see. Let's get Todd in here from Greenhorn Barbecue.
What's up, Todd?
What is your favorite seafood to cook on an offset?
My favorite seafood on an offset? None. I'm here to tell you, I don't like the taste of smoke on seafood. It's too delicate of a meat, you know. Now, fish is the exception. I do like certain smoked fish, but what I'm talking about or referring to is like crab meat, very delicate, very unique flavor of its own. There's smoke needed, no smoke wanted. Shrimp, grilled, yes. I like that grilled flavor, but not smoked.
Right.
Clams, no, you know. So I would never put any seafood in my offset smoker. Never, ever.
I had a neighbor brought back some trout from out west from Montana, and he says, "Hey, can you smoke this for me?" And I said, "Nope." He said, "Why not?" He said, "I don't want to ruin my smoker."
Yeah, I've heard that it leaves like a fishy smell or whatever. I've never had a problem with that. I've got a video doing smoked mullet, Popeye mullet, which is, you know, not popular, but prevalent here in the Gulf. And it makes a really good smoked fish. And you normally just fillet it down the dorsal fin, gut it and everything, just lay it up, leave the scales on it, put it on a smoker, smoke it with Cajun seasonings. And I show how to do a Florida style on that. And it's just really good smoked fish. But it has never left that lingering fishy smell behind on the smoker. But I've read that online where people complained about it, but I haven't had that problem.
I'm with you about grilled, you know, grilled shrimp, grilled, like I'm gonna grill some lobster later, grilled lobster tails.
Oh yeah,
it's great. But I did some smoked lobster tails a long time ago, and you're right, it turned out very, like it was very smoky, like
acrid taste, because it's such a delicate meat where it can't get just a little hint or kiss of it. It absorbs too much, you know.
Yep.
And with that said, if y'all ever try to smoke really any kind of fish, or if you do use smoke on your grill, which like I said, I don't, but the alder wood is a very good smoke for fish. And to me, it's the best. And it's not native to my area. I have to order it, but man, it's good.
Right on.
I order it from Amazon, alderwood chunks, you know.
Okay, how many more you want me to do, CJ? I got about 6 or 7.
You know what? Go ahead and ask a couple more. I mean, the questions I have are, you know, what you call boring. So so if the chat has some better questions than me, you know,
they definitely do.
Definitely do. All right, so go ahead and ask a couple more.
One from the Panhandle in Florida has a question. Miss Booger,
Oh, Booger. Hey, Booger.
Russ, what's your favorite karaoke song?
Oh, Lord. It's been a while since I've karaoke now, but I used to love doing old Beatles songs. You know, I was raised on it, and something about being a kid and hearing this as you're growing up, you learn every word. Even as an old man, I can sing a Beatles song right now, remember every word. So naturally, that was like my go-to stuff, you know, but not necessarily my favorite. God, I don't remember, man. I did so many of them. We got to be karaoke junkies. I even have a Facebook page called Karaoke Junkies. Y'all search for that on Facebook. You'll see it. That was me 10 years ago.
I'm sure some of our moderators in there could throw that in there.
Oh, probably. Steven will be all over that.
He's like, I'm in search mode right now.
I tell you what, shout out to my cousin. I have a playlist in there that was done from a 2010 family reunion, the King family reunion. My mother her last name was King, so it was a King reunion. And I think the first song in that playlist is from my cousin Beth redoing the song "Do Ya." Y'all have got to listen to that, man. That girl's got some lungs on her. And this is karaoke live. Y'all keep that in mind. Awesome.
All right.
Karaoke.
Greg from Ballistic Barbecue just put a comment in the chat.
What's up, Greg?
The wife and I are getting ready to actually go out to eat in a restaurant. He said, but I had to hang with my brother Russ. So
what's going on? Brian Ward's in Facebook right now too. He's one of our past guests. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube right now. So Greg, it's great to see you in there. Thank you guys for being in there. All right, go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
Okay. Back to Alton. What is the worst cook you've ever filmed, and why was it the worst? And did you upload it?
All right. The worst one, and I'm talking about things I've done overall. I was contracted by Thrillist.com here a couple of years ago to do videos for a summer thing. I was actually contracted 2 years running, and they call it Grillist. And it was up to me, it was up to me to come up with ideas for each recipe. And I submitted one, had no idea how it would turn out, and it was oyster pizza. And the whole time I'm thinking our local oysters or whatever, you know. And so anyway, they gave me the green light on that, and I did it and could not find local oysters at that time. So my wife goes, I don't know where she went, but she got these oysters that had been pasteurized, but somewhat fresh. And man, they were terrible, you know, and I probably could have done the whole recipe a little bit better than what I did. But anyway, long story short, that was nasty. And I contacted my contact with Thrillist. I said, look, that's a no-go on that oyster pizza. It sucked. And she said, well, thank you for that. You know, no, we don't want to do that. You know, so I had to think of something else. But that was god awful. That was terrible.
Oyster pizza. Oh man.
I love oysters, man, but that didn't work.
Something outside the box, Russ.
Yeah. It gets hard, man. These people want you to be original and think of something different. And you know, you're thinking and you're brainstorming for days over this stuff, and you write down every idea you get. And a lot of stuff's already been done. I'll Google things to see if it's been done before, and every now and then you'll find something that hadn't been or done very little, you know.
Right. All right. Before he leaves, because he's on a time crunch, I want to throw this one out here. And it's from Greg at Ballistic Barbecue. He wants to know, Russ, what is your favorite Ozzy Osbourne song?
Mama, I'm coming home. That's Perfect. My favorite. I like a lot of them, though.
Yep. You know what? I couldn't agree with you more. I love that song.
That was some really good work from him. It wasn't too over the top, and it really showed his vocals and his ability. Nobody can sound like Ozzy, especially back in the day. But yeah, that's my favorite.
Yep. To me, if somebody says Ozzy, that's the song that pops in my head first. It really is.
Yeah.
So, I do have a little bit of a side message for you. He's not in the chat that I've seen yet, but you know this gentleman from Texas. We love to call him Frack Daddy.
Oh, Jared. Yeah.
And Jared and I were talking a while back. He called me and he said, Kent, I got to tell you something about Russ Jones. He watches and comments on every one of my videos. And he goes, you don't know what that means to me to have a man like that comment on my videos. So he wanted to say thank you, very much for being a supporter of his. Jared is genuinely a good guy. I like Jared.
Oh, yeah. There ain't no doubt about that, man. Me too. And Jared is
probably once a week.
Yeah. We text, he texted me earlier, matter of fact, and said that he would probably be working when this went live, but he would try to join in. But yeah, Jared has been following me forever, and when somebody takes it on their own to start their own YouTube channel that's been following me, especially, and you kind of get to know them, you get a rapport going and things like that. Naturally, you want to back that person, and wish them the best. And he's never really asked me for advice or anything, and they're doing great between him and his wife. They're doing good content, and I enjoy watching it. I love seeing what they're doing next.
We lost Kent.
I was wondering, he was just like, hey, man.
All of a sudden. Hold on real quick. Hold on.
It happened the other night too. For some reason, my phone just said, "Yeah, you're done." Now, what you do to Russ?
I'd like to have the guest in the middle, so when I bring you back in,
right? Okay, sorry about that, Russ. Little Iowa
no problem.
Problems. So, okay, this comes from Jim at Suburban Barbecue, and I hope I say this right. Is it muffaletta?
Muffaletta, yeah.
Muffaletta.
Okay. Yes or no? Are you a fan or not?
Oh, yeah, big time, man. Love them, especially the ones actually created there at Central Grocery, man. That's fantastic. Good eats.
Okay, let's see. Back to Alton. He wants to know, who did your intro song for you, Russ?
Chad Parker. Chad Parker, I don't know. I guess he's still employed where I work. This guy has been trying to bust out in the music industry for years. He's a really good songwriter. And he works in a department out there, NDT. That's where, like, if we have wells that need to be x-rayed or dye checked or any kind of inspection like that, a lot of times he would be the one that they would send, and me and him would just talk and things, and he knew about my YouTube channel. And anyway, we got to talking one day. He goes, hey, man, I'll make a deal with you. He goes, what about if I write you an intro for your videos, and then for payback, you can shoot a music video of me, And that's exactly what we agreed on. I swear to God, before I could get home that afternoon, he done had this song wrote, and he had a rough deal done of it, Right. I'm like, oh, man, that's awesome. So he's got some connections in Nashville through studio musicians. And I had to pay like $250, which is cheap, really. It was band members from really famous bands like Montgomery Gentry, Gary Allen, God, I can't think of all of them, but it was certain musicians on different instruments. And, that's what they do for extra money. They go into a studio and they just do their cut on that song or whatever. And anyway, he compiled it all together, put his vocals on it, And that's how that song came about. And I actually tried to quit using it at the beginning of the year because I was looking at my analytics, and when my videos start off, I had this sharp drop on my analytics, and then it would start leveling out, you know. And I thought people were skipping through the intro, but to find out 4 months later, it's still doing it. It's almost like people start your video and like, now I don't watch that, and back right out, or just click off of it. And that's where that sharp drop comes, and then it levels out. You know, you'll lose like 30% of your clicks right off the bat. I've come to that conclusion. So it had nothing to do with the intro, so I brought it back in the last few videos.
All right.
I'm gonna keep it. You know, it's been with me for what, 4 or 5 years now, so I'll just keep it.
Before you ask the next question, we got a couple shots. Greg from Ballistic put $20 in there, and Alton, the Dawgfatha, put 16. So cheers, boys.
I finally got to meet Greg, man, after 8 years of talking to him, you know, through YouTube and on the phone, many conversations on the phone. It's like we had been knowing each other for years, and finally got to meet him at the expo in New Orleans this year. So that was an awesome time.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to meet him a couple times this year too, and
I remember that last year.
He's such a good dude, and
awesome guy.
It's amazing what a nice guy he is. All right, so Alton shot. Let's take it. Did you already do 2, Dutch?
Yeah, I hit it twice. So, you know, Russ, I'm glad I haven't met Greg yet, but now that he's retired, I feel safe for meeting him, because back in the day, it probably would have been on a professional basis, and I wouldn't have been the professional. So, yeah, Greg, I think Greg would be really, really cool to meet. And
he is.
I'd also
I got to meet his wife also, Karen.
I'm hoping this fall in September I get to meet my boss for the first time. So big lug up above you in the black.
Oh.
That boss, yes. So, Russ, I'm going to ask one more question for you while I got it on the screen, and this is from True Innovative Beginnings. What's better to marinate and help tenderize meat, beer or cola? And if not one of those, then what?
I'll be honest with you. I don't really marinate meat too much. It really depends on what it is. I mean, chicken, I might do a brine on. A turkey, I'll do a brine on. But I see things where people are marinating steaks. That's the last thing I do. I want that beef to shine through. I might inject some meats like a pork butt or something like that. But with that said, I remember way back, my first wife used to make this dish called beef and beer. And it was like a real cheap cut of beef, and she'd cut it into strips, and she would marinate this in beer. And when she got through cooking it with the peppers and onions and all the stuff, it was very tender. And I don't know if the beer had that much of an effect on it or it was just the cooking time. But to me, that's how you get meat tender, is the cooking time. You know, anything will break down with enough heat and enough time, low heat and time. So that's just the way we do it. You know, I don't really marinate too much.
I tell you, I used to marinate when I was a kid. Like, it was like grab as much soy sauce or teriyaki sauce you can and put it on the steak.
I did too.
And then, you know, you just learn over the years. And go ahead, Dutch. What are you saying, Buck?
I have to object to that statement you just made, because I think about 2 years ago, there's a guy who did a sauce packet drawer marinade, if I remember right.
It wasn't a marinade. It was a rub.
Come on, you had soy sauce. You had all the Kikkoman little packets in there.
Dude, I was trying to make a video, like, like have some fun with it. So everybody has a packet drawer. You know, you put all your extra like ketchups and whatnot, you know, from your fast food. I took out soy sauce and I think I had sriracha or something like that in little packets, squeeze it all over the ribs and let it sit in it. So touche. I guess I marinated some ribs.
You know what? That is still the video. You know, you do funny things in your videos, CJ, but I never laugh so hard at that video I actually spit beer out my nose during part of that.
Well, I wish that one would have gone viral. But you got any more questions there, Dutch?
I got about 7 or 8 more, but I got a Jesus.
You got Jesus. I'm glad you found the.
So you take it over. I'm going to mute for a little bit while these sirens go by and catch up on the chat.
All good. All right. So, Russ, before I get to the questions, we got a couple more people in there. Miss Mona's in there. Ramona, how you doing? Scotty Too Hottie in for the grill. Active Dad is new in there. I don't believe I ever seen you in the chat before, so thank you for being here. Leprechaun's in there, and Johnny Maggs, he said, from Riverfest to the hot seat. Yeah, we're doing big things today, and I might go live later cooking some the live lobsters that I have in the garage right now, chilling. Guys, awesome. Thank you all. Yeah, I got 6 live Maine lobsters sent to me.
Oh man.
Yeah. Nice. So and then it came in a big old box. I'm like, I don't know what the frig I'm gonna do with these. So I was like, I cut them all up. They're all wrapped up, had ice on them. So I just threw them into a cooler and threw ice on them and just let them. They're just literally chilling. And then I was thinking about doing a little grilling with some garlic and butter and parsley and just fire them up real quick and just get in there. So
heck yeah, man.
All right. So how do you come up with your videos? What is the inspiration? You know, you're thinking about, you know, filming on Friday. What's happening Monday to get you going to where you want to be?
Man, I'll be honest with you. What I do, for one thing, is I've got a, iPhone, and I've got that app called Notes.
Yeah.
And things will hit me just out of the blue sometime. And it could be inspired from watching a cooking show on Food Network, and that YouTube TV you was talking about earlier. Yeah. They got that library, and I go in there, I subscribe to different, it's all cooking related. And I'll sit here and just binge watch. And all of a sudden, man, boom, something hits me, And so I'm thinking how I'm going to do this. Or it might just be an ingredient. Like recently, I used xanthan gum. Before that, it was sodium citrate and things like that. It's from watching other videos. I'm like, golly, man, that's pretty cool. So I want to do that in something. And that kind of gets the wheels turning on what I'm going to create. But at any rate, I'll put them in that notepad, that note, and I'll just put them in order. And I'll title not the video, but what I'm doing, the recipe. And a lot of times I'll work off of that. And other times I'll be inspired last minute, just last minute. Now, normally I shoot Sundays. I could shoot tomorrow, even though it's been raining today, but I had already planned not to shoot a video for the mere fact I thought I'd have to work Sunday because the other guys don't fill in for me Saturday. They called it all off, and it was really, I'm like, I'm just going to take the weekend off. And you got to do that every now and then. You've been doing this as long as me. It's like I want the whole weekend off. I don't want to be bothered with anything. I knew we was doing this live feed, so holiday.
I'm with you, man. That's awesome. Hey, yeah. Don't listen to Dutch, but I actually work pretty hard, and you see his face. He pin flipped me. So I get you, man. There's times where I just don't want to do anything on the weekend. We got kids running all over the joint. Like just get them out of here. And you're that notepad on your phone. I do the same thing, and I break it down for. This is why this guy's gonna get fired one of these days. His attitude. I break it down. I'm doing that stupid air fryer or my Ninja Foodie grill that everybody loves. I have videos for that, and then I'll be doing my if I want some barbecue videos, I'm like, I should do this. And the barbecue videos come more from watching the YouTubers. Like, well, shit, I want to do a steak. Whatever. That's sure. That's a big deal to me. So, the Notepad app, I use it for ideas and grocery shopping, so I don't forget the stuff for my ideas. So,
I'll do the same thing. And a lot of times, if I find something online, you can actually save other things other than just notes to that, like images or whatever. And if it's just ingredients list, I'll pop it in there. If I'm at the store, I'm looking through it, making sure I get everything, covering all bases.
Yeah. And someone talked about your crawfish cream sauce bread earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff looked freaking outstanding.
Oh man, that stuff is so
I watched that
good.
video in slow motion rolling, man.
The only way that could be better would probably be doing a live crawfish boil like I've done many times and taking the leftovers instead of having the frozen tails. But I'm here to tell you, if you get Louisiana certified Cajun crawfish tails that are frozen, it's excellent, man. It's really good. But if it was to come up any at all, it would have to be from a crawfish boil you did with a live crawfish. That's the only thing I can think of that make that any better. Really good recipe.
Now, tell me, did you put a lot of heat in that too? Or was it just from the boil or the ingredients you used?
Oh, no, not really so much heat. It wasn't hot at all.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, I made my own seasoning for that. And there is cayenne. I could detect a little bit, but it was just a perfect amount to me. It ain't like I need a beer, It's just like, oh yeah.
Well, if you see people eating the crawfish at the boil on the table, they're sweating, drinking beer, whatever. So in my head, when you were cooking that up, I'm like, I wonder if that's spicy or not. But dude,
it had a kick, but let me tell you, and it really all depends on who's coming over, whatever. But I have had some crawfish bowls that were just extremely hot using Chinese pepper and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
God, it's just so good. People love it, When I do boil shrimp, however, it's not as hot, but it has those crawfish, not crawfish, but we call it crab boil. It's the seasoning. It has that flavor going on with a little bit of heat. Not bad,
Dutch, you keep throwing up your finger. What do you got to say, man?
I want you to put Chef Johnny's last comment up on the screen. He put it to me, but I think it'd be better if you read it to Russ.
Russ used one of my recipes when I had 100 subscribers, and I jumped to 200 the day his video came out. Thanks, Russ, for that. Never forget.
Oh, he's talking about the salsa camada, and I was talking about that just last night. I stopped by a little Mexican place on the way to work called Burrito Zone, and it's ran by real Mexicans, but it's like Subway style where you're walking in, you tell them exactly what you want on your quesadilla, your burrito, your taco, whatever. They give you choices. And it was so good, man. They got this chipotle cream and stuff like that, but they got this hot, extremely spicy hot sauce that they'll give you in a little plastic thing. And I'm dipping in that. I'm like, man, that's really good. It just perfect amount of heat, And I'm like thinking about the salsa camada. Like, that salsa camada is better than this stuff. I said that would be awesome with their food. But yeah, Chef Johnny has a video on that called Salsa Camada. And he shows you from start to finish. And basically it's tomatoes and onions and garlic and jalapenos, all this stuff that you do in a cast iron skillet. You blister it, you char it somewhat, and all this stuff goes in a blender. It gives it that camada means burnt. It's burnt salsa, but it don't taste burnt. It's just such a good flavor. And I've done that actually on a couple of videos, but excellent stuff.
Very cool, man. Couple more people jumped in the chat. Vivian Johnson. Hello, guys. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you. Hope you're here. Hope you're having a great night, too. Active Dad said he subscribed to your channels, to Daddy Dutch Barbecue and CJ. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed to CJ's Q, my barbecue channel, feel free to do that, too. Steven and Jacqueline, you want to throw that link in there, too? If you're not subscribed to Dutch, to Russ, myself, our moderators, freaking someone's calling you. Any of our moderators in the chat, guys, the links are all down below for all the channels you see in there. We appreciate all the support and all that. Kirby Q is in there. What's up, brother? How you doing? A lot of great people in the chat tonight. We're keeping around 30 or 40 people. That's great for a Saturday. Usually my hot seats on Thursdays, obviously a lot more people are trained to tune in for that. But when we have these little Saturday hot seats, special hot seats for special people, we get about 40, 50 people. That's awesome. So Jimmy Q, I see you in there. How you doing, brother? All right. So what who taught? I don't say who taught you how to cook, but like, where did you grow up or how did you grow up with your love for food?
Oh man, we're from the South Mississippi. On top of it, both my parents were in excess of 200 pounds. We knew how to cook and we knew how to eat. But, that's the truth, man. I swear to God, I don't know how else to put it. But my mom was a great cook. Learned a lot of stuff from her. But my own passion for it, once I become an adult, we never grilled or anything growing up. My dad didn't own a grill. There wasn't one ever bought. That's something I learned on my own, over years of just doing it, Yeah. But yeah, I love the South, man. We're obese.
I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. I see Beer Champ Barbecue's in there. What's up, Ron? How you doing, man?
Beer Champ.
Yeah, we got a lot of great people in there. So again, thank you guys for all being here tonight. Just Saturday night, just chilling. COVID got you nothing better to do. You hang out with us, and we'll have a few drinks.
Absolutely.
So, and then guys, all that normal YouTube bullshit, like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, all that shit. So if you don't mind doing all that, it helps. I see you sipping on some beers there, but is there any drink that you just got to have every once in a while, or if money's no object, you ever get anything heavy duty in you?
No, man, on a daily basis, I'll just buy Bud Light. It's like water, really, but I do work a lot and stuff. I can't really just pour it on. But with that said, I love beer, but I do buy on a regular basis different labels and different things I really do like that's got more body and flavor, and it feels like you're drinking a beer. But when I'm just around here, Bud Light, Yeah. But like I said, I haven't, God, years ago, man, we used to go out a lot and I'd get rum and Coke, Jack and Coke and things like that. I just don't drink that kind of stuff anymore. I'm getting older, and man, believe me, I can feel it. Yeah,
it definitely takes a day or two to get right.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why this popped in my head, but do you ever make it down to New Orleans or anything like that?
New Orleans?
Yeah, you got to be somewhat close to it, no?
I'm about 2-hour drive. And I was there. God, when was the date on that? It was the New Orleans Expo.
With Greg.
Yeah, that's where I met Greg from Ballistic Barbecue. Jack's Drink Order was there. Yep. The guy with grilling.com was there. Sebastian from Fogo Charcoal was there. A lot of people there, so I got to meet some people. It wasn't full-blown people, robust and everything like it would have been. This happened about 2 weeks after all this COVID, or back then they call it coronavirus. And so a lot of people shut down, never appeared, and a lot of people just didn't show up. But it was still a lot of fun,
Right. I guess I should thank you too, because after Jax got done with that, he said that's when he contacted us in Dutch about coming on. Coming on the hot seat. He said you and Greg talked to him about it, and that he should do it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that I wanted to thank you for that, Russ. Jax was such a fun time. Great dude. His energy, his enthusiasm, his attitude, and that boy's built, for lack of a better term, like a brick shit house now.
Oh, he's man.
That boy's got some serious pipes. He could be a strong safety or linebacker in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that that goatee will fit in the chin strap of the helmet, but hey.
I've had Jax on probably 1, 2, 3 different videos I've done. He lives right here in Mobile, Alabama, which is 35, 40 minutes from me. And he invited me to his place, and I'm sure one day I'll go over there. Met his wife, and he's a lot of fun to hang out with, man. He's good people, him and his wife.
Yeah, we had a great time. He was such a good dude. And another person, and I don't know if she's still watching, but on Facebook, my cousin Sammy's watching. So, hey, Sammy, love you. Thank you for watching. That's why I love putting it on Facebook too, because I get my relatives to watch it.
Oh, I didn't realize it was on both platforms.
Yeah, we're live on Facebook on Cooking with CJ and YouTube Cooking with CJ.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed you're not using like the Google Hangout thing. This is a different platform, so you're able to do both.
Yeah, the Google Hangouts went away damn near a year ago or something like that. Like
okay. I didn't realize it.
It went out of being YouTube compatible.
Yeah, YouTube compatible. But this yard setup that we use has been very easy to use. It's been excellent for us. So I love it, man. It's been the best investment we've made for the hot seat yet. So
yeah, it's cool. You know, I was getting into live feeds on my own there for a little bit. Then I went to the second shift, and I don't even know how to use it anymore. I'd have to go back in there and relearn everything. I use that webcaster separate from anything online. You know what I'm saying? It just broadcasts, which kind of sucks. So I don't think you can do like you're doing here, where you got the multiple screens and multiple people in there. I don't think you can do that on a webcaster. That's just, I might be wrong. You might be able to flip between cameras remotely or something. I'm not sure, but at any rate.
I have no idea, but
yeah.
No, this has worked out really well for us. Go ahead.
What I like about the webcaster is it allowed me to use my good cameras that I film with.
Oh, right.
And I probably could have done that to my computer if I bought the right go-between. What do they call that? I forget what they call it, but I end up just using this cheap webcam, so hopefully it looks halfway decent.
Yeah, looks all right. I use my Mac iPad or Mac, not iPad, Mac laptop.
Yeah,
no, I don't use a Chromebook. I have a Mac laptop, MacBook Air, but you know, Dutch is on his iPad probably or whatever. So
I'm actually on my phone right now watching the comments on my iPad.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that works out really well, and that's the good thing about StreamYard is anybody can do it from anywhere. So.
Yeah. You know, if I'm at home and we're doing the hot seat, I'm on my company issued Chromebook.
There you go.
Correct, CJ?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I tell you what, this camera that comes, I've got the 5K resolution iMac that came out like 5 years ago, and that webcam on there sucks big time. So when you invited me to this, I ended up ordering a plug and play little webcam thing here just for this, and it looks a lot better. You can also, well, I say you can. I had to download an app through Apple that allows you to adjust color and brightness and all that stuff. Other than that, there's really no controls, but it looks better than what came with this computer. You know.
All right, cool.
Russ, I want to let you know somebody just apologized for being late, and he's in the chat. I'm trying to figure out how to say his name. I think it's pronounced T. Roy Cooks.
T. Roy, what's up, T. Roy?
Roy's here, buddy.
T. Roy, how you doing, brother? Good to see you in there. Hope you're all feeling well. All is good. Oh man, we have dude, that's royalty in the house. And then
exactly.
Rizzy Eats is in there. How you doing, Paisan? Appreciate you being here. All right. There you go. Cooking Cop and Babe have been in the chat. Babe and Josh have been in the chat just chilling. All right. Big Ron's Hobbies. What's going on, Big Ron? Josh and Babe, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Great talking with you guys last night. Let's see here. Latin Magico. Hi, Smoky Man. Thank you for being here. We got Russell, Raspberry Rocks in the house. What's up? We got a lot of people jumping in.
Awesome.
Yep. All right.
A lot of people.
Yeah, we're getting some good heavy hitter. Grumpus on Fire just showed up. What's going on?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have we've talked about all these cooks and all that stuff, all your cookers, all that jazz. But do you actually have a favorite thing to cook?
Yeah. You know, I'm primarily like a barbecue channel, and I say that out of one side of my mouth because I do so much of the seafood and Cajun cuisine and things like that. That's really where my heart is because that's where I was raised, you know, with the coastal cooking here on the on the Mississippi coast with all the seafood influence. And we have a heavily influenced, or we're heavily influenced from New Orleans Cajun land, because it's just right across the state line there. So we cook real similar here, with the gumbos and the jambalas and things like that. And that's really my favorite, but I've kind of created this around the barbecue and things. So I do a mixture of all. But to be honest with you, my highest hitting videos, not my highest, but all the ones under that are usually seafood, Cajun related, crawfish and things like that. That's my big hitters,
Right.
That's
Russ,
where the algorithm loves me.
CJ, I got to jump in for 1 second because of what Russ just alluded to in his answer. Chef Johnny asked, if you had to pick one or two, which is it going to be? Is it going to be barbecue or seafood?
Seafood all day long. Barbecue runs a close second, but man, I love my seafood.
So you have like a 1 and a 1A.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
was raised on all of it, but I was raised on seafood more than the other,
Sure.
Right on.
All right, CJ, why are you stalling? Get back to work.
I got some of my good freaking short rib over here that I'm quietly shoving in my mouth when he's talking.
Heck yeah. You do a video of that?
That shit was so good. No, I actually I did not shoot it, but I have a video with the short ribs, but we were doing everything for that River Fest we were doing earlier. So
yeah, that's right. You told me about
that. All right, so all I have left are like my kind of fun questions, like the silly questions, I guess you'd say.
Sure.
We're over an hour into this hour 15 minutes. You said you're still going strong. You good? You got nothing better to do? So,
yeah, man. I ain't got a pee yet, so I'm doing good.
Hey, that's all right there.
Oh, damn it. We forgot to tell them the code word.
Oh, I know the code for having to go pee.
And Ross, if you need to get up, all you do is say, hold on. I think somebody's at the door.
Somebody's at the door.
So.
All right. Andrew Edwards, how you doing, Drew? I appreciate you being in there. Daryl went to Facebook and said hi from Bad Beast Barbecue, so we're jumping back and forth. That's funny. All right, Dutch, why don't you go ahead and ask your questions that you have, and then I'll wrap it up with the few that I have over here, okay?
Okay, Russ, buckle in. I got a list for you here.
All right.
First one is from Jabin at Postal Barbecue. He says, Russ, you've been on YouTube for quite some time. What gives you the motivation to keep coming up with new videos?
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, I've been doing this. July the 12th will be 8 years that I've been doing this. And man, let me tell you, this flew by. And I think the initial passion and the motivation that I had when I started is just escalated over the years. And when you see the growth in numbers, whether it be views or subs, like we talked about earlier, regardless, you see it constantly expanding. That is a motivating force in its own. Sometimes you get a little perplexed, when videos don't do as good as what they did 3 years ago and things like this, like you're on the downhill slide of things, but then you'll have something happen, all of a sudden, boom, best one, in a long time. But it's just mainly the passion that I've acquired early on that keeps me going. Now that fire might dwindle and go out one day, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done, and I'll be done. But that hasn't happened yet, and it's actually a source of revenue for me. I count on this as long as my day job to help maintain our lifestyle. It became that not off the bat, but it became that eventually. And I'm not going to say I'm dependent on it. I could make it without it, but it does make a big difference. And so I keep trudging forward, just like I get up every day and go to work. It's like it's become one of them have to things, or not have to, but you got to, well, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Want to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to kind of follow up that question, but we owe a shot to Blevin at West Coast Cajun Cuisine. Blevin, thank you, sir.
Blevin, you know what? I got to say one thing about Blevin. I love his hat.
Oh, I love his hat, too.
It's better
As
than the
someone who
CJ
enjoys
Apparel.
wearing hats, I love his hat. All right, so follow up to that question. Is there any point where you can just go, or do you want to go full-time YouTubing?
That would be great. You know, instead of this trying to get something out on Sunday, I would have different days to go. And, you know, like I said earlier, I'm 61, so I do see a retirement in my kind of near future, you know, just not quite there yet. And the day that happens and I can break away, then, yeah, it'll be full time. I'd love to be able to do it right now. I'm just not able to, you know.
Yeah.
That's the point of it. My channel is not at the level that would sustain me without my day job. You know, it's a combination of the two that makes it happen. But it's just the way it is. And unfortunately, you know, like I just said, channels have a way of diminishing. So hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, over time, sometimes I think it is, but oh well, I'll make it one way or the other. You know, it don't matter. But yeah, I would love to do this full time.
All right. Dutch, go ahead.
All right. Let's see. A question from Daryl, Bad Beast Barbecue. I got a couple from him. He wants to know, Russ, when is your next crawfish boil? And piggyback on that, Blevin says he would love to meet up with you on your next crawfish boil and help you do it. So
awesome. You know, I should have did a crawfish boil if I was going to do one this year, because crawfish have been an all-time low this season. They're real prevalent. Only problem is they're pretty small. If I'm going to do one, it's going to be, well, tomorrow is the last day of May, and the crawfish season is over with at the end of June. So if I'm going to have a slot in there, it's within the next couple of weeks. And there's been various reasons why I haven't done it yet. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. If I don't, it'll be the first year in a long time I haven't, you know. But no particular reason, like I said, other than other sponsorships and things I've had to do that has gotten, not in a way, but, you know, it's prevented me from doing that. But
obligations.
Yeah, and I still may do it. You know, if I can get the right crawfish, I might do it towards the middle of June. We'll see. And Belvin, if you're game to come down here, I'll let you know. I don't know if you know how to contact me. You can message me through my we might be friends on Facebook. If we're not, you can message me through my Smoky Ribs Messenger, you know, on my fan page. So, yeah.
All right. CJ, did you talk to Russ about the Hot Seat Survivors group?
I did not.
Okay. Russ, typically after we have a guest on, CJ has a Facebook Messenger group called Hot Seat Survivors, which Blevin is part of.
Okay.
So if you want to be part of that, it'd be a real easy way for him to get a hold of you with that.
All right. Awesome.
I'll invite you after the show, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. Let's see. Next one. While I got it on the screen, Brian Van Stream wants to know, Russ, have you ever fabricated your own pit, or have you wanted to at all?
Yeah, back in the day, man, I'm talking about, God, this is like the early 80s. My boys were just little boys. And I've actually fabricated a couple of them. I did one of the old aluminum type beer kegs that looked the same on each end, not like the stainless steel kegs of today. And I did a stand-up grill with legs and everything. Then I also used to take low boy water heaters, the 30-gallon low boys, and find two of them that's in good shape, but yet were leaking. And it would take two to have the end slick without the holes in it for, you know, like the water heater has. And I have done a couple of those. and there were just grills. You know, of course, like any other grill, you can't smoke on it through indirect cooking or whatever. But yeah, I kind of had that passion way back then. But nowadays, at my age, man, I'll just buy them. You know, if there's something I want, I'm not going through all that. You know, I don't have a welding machine no more, or I just don't care to do it. I've been there, done that. It's just like I'm over that. Give the man the money and send me a grill. I'm ready to cook.
Exactly. The first smoker I had, the first two actually I built, and my son-in-law has the second one I built, which is 24 by 48 triple wrap of steel with old Mueller well tank on it for a firebox.
Yeah,
she's hot and heavy, but once you get her up to temp, she's gonna purr like a kitten. Let me tell you.
Heck yeah.
So, all right, let's see. Active Dad was your subscriber that was nice enough to subscribe to CJ and I tonight. Russ, have you ever used tiger sauce?
Yes, I have. Not on barbecues. I've used it for hors d'oeuvres, for like parties with sour cream, tiger sauce, crackers, good stuff. I've seen a lot of people use it like on ribs and whatnot. I've never done that.
All right. I've yet to try the tiger sauce. So
yeah, I've never tried it. Also, T-Roy uses that stuff a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Hold on. I got a visitor walking up here, guys. So
Can't they
all
see
right.
you listen?
Alton from the Dawgfatha wants to know, Russ, he's noticed over the past year, your video and editing style has changed a little bit. What caused the change, and what are you doing differently than before?
Really, the editing style is pretty much the same. I have changed cameras. Prior to the ones I'm using now, I would say for 3 to 4 years, I was using the camcorders made by Canon, the Vixia G30 and G40, which kind of, I don't know, it just looks different. But what we're using today is a Sony A6000. I'm not the camera guy, man. My son is, so he could answer these questions better. But we moved into that with a variety of lenses. I mean, we got one lens that's this long, and then we got, 50 millimeter, just 16 millimeter, all kind of different things for different looks or whatever. He can blur the background. He can bring me out. He can adjust the ISO. He can do all this stuff with it. And I kind of don't like that in a way, because prior to him being my cameraman, I did it all myself through camcorders, and I would hate to know that all of a sudden he's like, hey man, I'm tired of doing this. You're either going to have to hire another camera guy or learn how to do this yourself. And you'd be basically screwed if you had to do it yourself with these kind of cameras and lenses, because it would not be easy. I would have to go back to the Canons, and then my look would revert back to the way it used to look, But that's the difference you're seeing as cameras and lenses. I think that's about the biggest change I've made in the last few years.
All right. And everybody gives me crap for keeping it simple.
Well, he wanted to do that with the cameras, and I like the look of it and everything. But like I said, it's kind of put me at a disadvantage, because if something happened, he's like, he moves off or whatever, those cameras are useless to me. I don't like working. This guy's a really good photographer. I mean, he can take some outstanding, photography. But while we're shooting, he's behind that camera. He's adjusting ISO for sunlight. It gets cloudy. He adjusts it up. He's doing all the stuff that I would not simply be able to do, by myself. So right. I would have to go back to the camcorder, put it on auto, and roll with it.
All right. Well, I got this one on the screen. This is from Grumpus on Fire. He says, Russ, do you ever get your hands on alligator? And if so, can it be smoked low and slow?
I can get my hands on alligator any day of the week. There is numerous seafood markets around here that carries it. fresh, even. You can buy it frozen, whatever. And to answer that question, probably you could, because unlike seafood, to me, alligator has more of a pork texture. It doesn't have a real seafood flavor to it. But the way I've done it in the past is I would buy meat, cube it up, and deep fry it with fish, or like freshwater fish, things like that. So I really can't tell you if the smoke is good on it or not. I don't know. I've never done it. I don't do it very often.
I've yet to smoke it, but about a year ago, I was down in Florida with Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane, and he had alligator fillets. And he's like, I've never cooked them. So I said, okay, give me this and this and this and this out of the kitchen. Yeah. And he went live, and a guy from Iowa had to show a guy from Florida how to cook gator nuggets.
That's funny. That's funny.
Well,
we have gators all around here, the bayous and the rivers and things. It's just, there's a lot of things I would rather eat over a gator. I'll just be honest with you, you know, but it's not bad.
Well, his buddy's 3-year-old was sitting there while we were cooking it and everything, and he's like, Daddy, more chicken nuggets? More chicken nuggets? I mean, that little dude probably ate 9-10 pieces of gator and thought it was like McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah. It don't taste bad at all. Don't get me wrong. It don't have a wild taste or anything. It was texture pork and almost like chicken. It tastes like chicken with a pork texture. Could not detect any fishy taste or anything, you know. I just couldn't. But it's pricey though. It's farm raised. You can buy the chicken a whole lot cheaper than you can buy the gator, you know, for about the same.
The fillets he got, it was a 1 pound, 1 or 2 pound package, and it was $7.99 a pound.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not exotic enough of flavor or difference for me to really go there too often, you know, other than saying, hey man, this is gator. You want some, you know?
I would like to do a whole gator like we do whole hog up here.
Yeah.
You know, get about a 40-pound gator.
That would be cool.
I would probably stuff a half chicken in its mouth instead of an apple like we do with a hog. You know,
yeah, there you go.
And smoke it. So
heck yeah.
Let's see. I got a couple 3 left here for you, Russ.
All right.
Well, 4. Blevin just put one on the screen. Blevin says he has smoked alligator, and it can definitely be over smoked quite easy. So there you go.
So it's delicate meat as well then.
Yes.
As far as absorbing smokes, you know, smoke. Kind of like a lot of things really, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, every meat has its favorite smoke, you know.
That's like even with chicken. I go kind of light with smoke. You know, I just want that kiss of it. It can be over smoked in a hurry. You know, a lot of things can. Really, anything can if you really pour it on, depending on how clean the smoke is and things like that. Right.
Okay, Daryl from Bad Beast wants to know, Russ, have you seen anything about the Masterbuilt gravity-fed charcoal smokers? And if you did, what's your thoughts on them?
Oh, yes, I have. I've watched numerous videos with it. Jack's Drinkwater just posted a post today on Facebook where Masterbuilt obviously sent him one to review, and kudos for that. I think it's going to be a game changer for the pellet world is what I think. Yeah. Because you're going to have the functionality of a pellet smoker with the fans in the controlled environment, but yet you're still able to use charcoal wood combination that we're so accustomed to using. You know, I think it's going to be a game changer. I really do. I think you're going to see other companies coming on board. I'm not going to go so far to say that pellet grills are going to fall to the wayside. I hope not, especially since Lone Star Grills is getting ready to introduce our first one. But I think it's going to be a real contender. I really do.
Yeah, I know Tommy from the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. He has the 560 and the 1050.
Yeah.
And then Tom Horseman from Wisconsin has the 560, which, of course, in Tom Horseman tradition, he modified.
Of course.
And
Cosmo Q, he's got both. They sent him one, then the bigger one. Yeah.
Yep. And then his son, Brian Horseman, just about an hour and a half north of me, he has the 560 also. Mad Horse Barbecue.
Awesome.
So,
Dude, I had it in my sights. Like, I was going to buy it. And then I just heard Mrs. CJ in the background going, we don't have any more room for more grills.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. You don't need
That's kind of where I'm at. I actually thought about reaching out to them. And I'm like, no. I said, I'm expecting this one from Lone Star Grill. I don't need no more grills or smokers, you know. And maybe down the line, you know, and it might not even be Masterbuilt. Like I said, if other companies pick up on this of higher quality, I mean, think about it. It don't really cost that much compared to a lot of high-end. I'd rather have a high-end version of the same thing that is coming 2 or 3 years down the road. I think I'll just hold out and wait, you know. And we'll see.
Sure. All right. Miss Booger wants to know, Russ, have you ever tried smoking crab legs?
Crab legs? No, but that's something I'm wanting to try. I watched, God, what's his name? Mark Williams at Swine Life Barbecue. He did some crab legs here a while back on a smoker. Man, it just looks so good. And I actually put that on my little notepad on my phone to do that. You know, I'm going to give it some time. I hate backing up something that somebody else did right behind them. And I'll never do it identical. I'll put my own spin or twist to it. But that did look good. So I haven't done it yet, but it might happen in the future, Booger.
Well, there you go, Miss Bugs. You got your answer from the man himself. All right. Active Dad wants to know any advice you can give to people that are new to the barbecue business.
Oh, you're talking about?
I don't know if he means just cooking or opening a restaurant. So
I can't give any advice on a barbecue business because I've never made money doing this, you know, none whatsoever. No, I don't even know how to answer that. I will say that your food's got to be great. It's got to be good. And outside of that, as far as the business realm of it, I can't say. But I do know for you to sustain your food has got to be worth coming back for, you know.
Yeah, I agree. So
yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to scroll through the chat here. Hey, Kris from Eastwind, thank you. Griddle and Grandpa wants to know which one, tri-tip or brisket?
Wow. Two different beasts, really. I guess I'll have to go with brisket over tri-tip. I like tri-tip. I like it a lot. But to me, it's more of a steak. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be really my first pick of a steak. Ribeye would be my first. Yep. I mean, it's similar to a steak, but it's two different beasts, really. You really can't compare the two, but I do love some good smoked brisket, you know? So, yeah, brisket.
All right, I agree. For a big whole meat, give me a brisket any day of the week. I'll take it. So,
plus, you know, there's a lot of work goes into doing. I've got a 16-pound Snake River Farms brisket in the freezer that I've yet to do. I'm saving it for a video, and once I get done with that, there's so much extra meat that you can vacuum pack, put in the freezer, you know, and use down the road over the next few months. And, you know, so there's definitely advantages, but you do pay for it. It's expensive, you know, especially now.
Oh, yeah.
I bought that prior to.
We're used to ground beef 80-20 being $2.99 a pound, and it jumped up to $5.99 a pound.
Yeah, I've been hearing some horror stories about that. Yeah.
So thankfully, I have a father-in-law who is a meat cutter, and I'm well supplied in the freezer. Let's put it that way. So if my freezers ever take a crap, I'm going in the poorhouse. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, me too, man. Mine is pretty much loaded down right now.
So Okay. Let's see. CJ, Active Dad has a question for you in the chat.
I see it.
I won't read it because I don't want you to pin flip me. And plus, that's my thing. You're not allowed to do it, even though it's your show. Shut up. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. Matthew Vogel there. I see, and I'm getting texts from Miss CJ. That's my brother-in-law. I think they got into the lobsters because I have Phil got out and they're swimming. They're drinking beer. They don't like vodka. So they're messing with my dinner tonight and probably Snapchatting it like crazy. So that's a good time. Have I done any competitions? No, I have not done any competitions. I would love to do competitions. I was signed up for one here in May. There are few and far between in Southern California, but unfortunately with the COVID, I wasn't able to do it. But if I can get it into a competition, I do want to do one soon. But obviously that's the least thing on people's minds right now, barbecue competitions. We got a couple more people in there. Keith Bettag, sorry I'm late, just got here. We got 46 watching. Keith Bettag is always keeping score. John from 1984 Barbecue, you said Kris from Eastwood Farms is here. Did you have any more questions there, Dutch?
You know what? No, I don't. Russ, I want to thank you very, very much. I enjoyed talking to you. I don't have any more questions as of yet out of the chat. By the time CJ gets done, hopefully I have a couple more for you. But if I don't, I want to tell you it's been a true pleasure tonight, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wrapping it up, huh, Russ?
Also, thank you for that rub, man. I can't believe it took me that long to try it. When I did, I was blown away. I didn't realize it didn't have no salt in there until you told me. But my Lord, that was some tasty rub.
That is
yeah, there is. Stuff, man. Yeah, there's no added salt in that. It's homemade, homegrown, other than the honey powder I put in it for the sweetener.
Oh man, speaking of that, not to cut you off, but I tried to dehydrate some honey and turn it into powder. So you might need to message me on your trick to that, because I wasn't very successful. I think I had it too thick. It never would get hard and brittly. I think you got to.
My success for the honey powder is, Russ.
Yeah,
I bought it in bulk.
Oh, okay. I tried to make my own. All right.
No, I did not. I haven't ventured that far into it, buddy. So
I really enjoy dehydrating and my own stuff. To me, that is just so cool. Kind of like that Cajun seasoning I used on the crawfish tails thing I just did. 90% of that is stuff I dehydrated. And my Lord, the flavor is just so good. You know, so fresh.
So before we go to the questions, I want to share with you guys our new pet lobster. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's Phil. Phil's wearing sunglasses.
Nice.
Oh, I see him now. Cool.
This is what happens when I leave my wife and my brother-in-law to hang out unsupervised.
DJ iPad.
With booze. There, you got a better shot of sunglasses. Just chilling, like they do in Southern California. All right. So I don't know why Miss Booger's telling me to shout out, but I don't know what I did. Feed the beast. I have a question. Why does CJ fear the barbecue pit? I do not fear the barbecue pit.
Don't even. That guy said the same thing to me. So obviously he's never watched my channel to know that 90% of what I do is wood and fire cooking.
Yeah, I got a whole channel devoted to fire. So, yeah. But I appreciate you watching. All right, Adam, Gail, 38. Oh man, too many drinks.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, boss, you owe me one for that.
I don't know. Whatever. All right. Let's
look at the chat.
I saw it. Let's get with these silly questions out of the way. And I leave these to the end because that means you've probably had a few beers, a few shots, so you're more apt to have some fun with it. So, zombie apocalypse happens, Russ. What's the first thing you grab out of your kitchen, and where do you go hide?
First thing I grab out of my kitchen would probably be the Lord. Probably my. That is a silly question. My Lord, I have no idea. I guess I'm going to have to stash a assault rifle in my kitchen so I'll grab my assault rifle and I'm going to hide anywhere.
Anywhere you got there, please. Please. I love that. A lot of people that I've interviewed have a gun somewhere in their kitchen, and that's the first thing they're grabbing. So I'll allow it. All right. If Hollywood, here's the play all. Everybody get ready in the chat. If Hollywood's making a movie about Russ Jones, Smoky Ribs BBQ, the whole bit, who's playing Russ Jones?
Homer Simpson.
Sean Connery with a Mississippi accent.
So the Irish Sean Connery with Southern drawl. I like it. Oh my God. He has an assault rifle. All right, let's see if anybody gets any more comments in there. Shotgun in the kitchen. Yep. If you don't have a shotgun in your kitchen, I mean, how are you living? The beef, it's what's for dinner. Oh, Sam Elliott. There you go.
Hey, when I was younger and didn't have all the hair on my face, I was told that I looked like two different people. I mean, all the time. One was Sam Elliott. The other was Chuck Norris, believe it or not. When I was younger, the eyes and the way the bottom lip or whatever, people said Chuck Norris, but I never seen either one. I seen Homer Simpson.
You see Homer. All right, Don Johnson. I can see Don Johnson. You need to get that mustache curled up there. You look all right.
Well, it kind of does it on its own sometimes. I try to lay it down just for y'all.
Ben says it looks like a skinny Colonel Sanders.
I'm not skinny, I assure you.
We got
the beard getting bigger. It makes my face look skinnier. Yep. That's what it is.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not getting a full body shot.
That's awesome. I see a lot of people saying Sam Elliott. I see my wife putting lobster emojis in the chat. She must be lit. All right. 3 channels you watch, Russ. One big, one small, and one you think should be bigger.
Just one of each, right?
Just one of each.
Okay. Bigger than, big. Okay. Well, kind of say something first. I watch a lot of big channels to kind of learn from them.
Right.
Say, how do they get to the status that they're at? Because, so I look at that, and I would say real big. What is his name? And man, I learned a lot from this guy. He's really good. Something Ragusa. Do y'all know who I'm talking about? I've been watching him a lot lately. He's like, God, 2 million subscribers. But he'll educate you. He's really good. He's not so much of an entertainer. I've kind of gotten away from the entertainment cooking channels that have such a following from young people that really aren't interested in what they're doing at all. It's more of a thing going on at the time that will fall off eventually. I'm going for the guys that entertain. So I can't think of his first name. I just watched the video. Something Ragusa.
Is it Andrew Ragusa?
It's Adam Ragusa. Yeah.
Well, somebody in the Andrew Edwards put Andrew Ragusa.
Yeah, it might be. Young guy, lives in Georgia, dark hair, glasses. That guy's good. I've been watching him a lot. And medium-sized channel. There's a lot of people I watch every video. I'd have to give that to Greg at Ballistic Barbecue. I never miss one of his videos. I've been following him since I've known him,
Right.
But there's so many more at that range, T-Roy Cooks, Malcolm Reed. I mean, there's a bunch of them, but I'm going to throw Greg out there. is my number one. I never miss any of his videos. You know, small. God, that could be anybody really, but small. I'm gonna say Jared.
Crack Daddy.
Crack Daddy. Yeah. Yeah. He's small, and I definitely watch his videos.
Well, I love Jared. I really do.
Oh, I do too, man. Great guy.
His channel is small.
Mm-hmm. That don't mean it's gonna stay that way. You know, he can grow it.
Yeah, but he's a big dude.
Oh yeah.
I relate to Jared because he's a big.
I tell you what, he's been invited to come to my place and shoot a video whenever they're able, and I can probably help get him some more subs or whatever and help grow his channel. I'm more than welcome to do that. You know,
Jared's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
All right, last question, and we'll start wrapping it up. Yeah, what would your? I always hate asking this question because I want to know, but it's so morbid. But not that we wish any ill will on you, but what would your last meal on Earth be?
My last meal?
Yep.
Okay. Golly, there's so many. I guess it would be a good old greasy, deep fried seafood platter. That's always been one of my favorites.
Right on.
With the shrimp and the oysters and the scallops and the fish and French fries. Yeah.
That sounds good to me right now. I could get some of that.
Cocktail sauce and tartar sauce, all the above. Cold beer. There you go. That's
cold beer. Yeah. All right, guys. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark. We're going to go ahead and call this one. Dutch, you want to say anything on the way out, bro?
You know, I'm going to repeat what I said.
You got to freeze.
Yeah, he froze up.
That's good timing, Dutch. All right. Russ, you guys say anything on the way out, bud?
Hey, I appreciate you asking me. I've had a lot of fun with this, and hope to do it again someday. You're doing a great job with this, and I've been watching your videos as well. I don't always comment on videos. I always hit that thumbs up. So, you know, this for anybody watching that has YouTube channels. Just because I don't comment don't mean I'm not watching. I watch a lot of stuff. There's always not a need to comment, you know, but I'll give you that thumbs up. And basically that's it. I've enjoyed it. And thank you again for inviting me.
Right on. All right. We got Dutch back in here with a different channel. I don't know what's going on, buddy.
I don't know. My phone hates me. That's all I can say. Either that or my wife hacked the internet. I don't know. But Russ, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome, man.
I'm shameless plug on my part. I'm glad you enjoyed the rub I sent you.
Nice.
I loved it.
That's
really what kind of inspired me to start playing with my own rubs. You know, I did the Cajun thing. There's a couple rubs I have in mind that I want to do to hydrate myself and just for my videos, and I'll show people how to make them. I have no intentions of mass producing and going, you know, full production with that. I'll just show you how to do the same thing, because there's a lot of fun in dehydrating and creating your own thing like that, and then tasting like, oh man, that's good, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You know, you got batch number 2 because I made it each of the last 2 falls, and you know, sent it out, and it's something I enjoy and thought other people would enjoy. That's why I sent it out, and I'm ecstatic that you like it. I've had a couple people from Texas tell me it's too hot, and then Jared from Frack Daddy says, man, you need to up that heat level. It's not hot enough. But Jared's like me. He's a hardcore pepperhead. He likes it hot.
Well,
so,
I am too, and just about everything I eat has heat involved. So I didn't notice. I didn't really notice much heat at all, to be honest with you.
Well, there's anything in that rub from sweet mini bells to bell peppers all the way up to Trinidad, Ghost, and Reaper peppers in there.
Wow. No, I did not notice that kind of heat.
There's
and did you do that in one batch or multiple batches?
Basically what I did is I took all my peppers when they came when they were ripe, I took them to preserve them. I kept them in the freezer. I
Oh,
sliced
okay.
them up, dehydrated them,
Same
threw them
pepper.
all together, and processed them all together.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. No,
it's a 6-week project, but
I didn't pick up on that heat at all, man. You know, it was just perfect. It was great. But there again, I eat hot stuff almost every meal. I even put Louisiana hot sauce on my eggs, you know, for breakfast, you know.
Yep. So, but anyway, Russ, it's been a pleasure having you tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate
You're welcome,
it.
man.
And,
Thank you for having me.
You know, it's our honor to have you on. So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Thank you very much. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Russ, you're an absolute gentleman, man. I'm a little starstruck, man. Like I said, I've been following along. I really appreciate you not being you being able to come on, even though it's a Saturday and on your day off. It's been great, guys. I know I missed a couple of the questions that we normally have on there, but you know we're in this for 2 hours. I'm ready to wrap it up. It's been a long day. So, and you know, let Russ take advantage of his weekend off, and then Dutch, you know, who cares what he's doing. All right. So, next week's guest this Thursday coming up is Red from Red's BBQ and Pizzeria. What, Kent? What?
Nothing.
What?
You BS me, I pen flip you. Get over it.
All right, fine. I'm over it. All right. So, like I said, Red will be here next Thursday. It's going to be a great show. Russ, again, thank you for coming on and spending your day off with us. Really appreciate it. I think we learned a lot about you, and great time have all. And that's it. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. Be careful. We all love you. Stay safe. Social distance.